Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the H1FY25 post-earnings conference call of Concod Control Systems Limited. Today on the call from the management team, we have with us Mr. Gaurav Lath, Joint Managing Director, along with his finance and secretarial team. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements, which may involve risk and uncertainties. Also, a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to quickly run us through the investor presentation, talking and detailing about the business and performance highlights, along with the growth plan and vision for the coming year, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to the management team.
Thank you, Mr. Vinay and Captify team for putting this together. And along with me, I have our CFO Mayank, our CS Pooja, and Avisha, who are joining me in this presentation. Based on the contents of this investor presentation and the earnings call, we'll quickly talk about us, followed by the business overview, then the way forward, key highlights, and the industry overview all put together. So, friends, we started Concod Control Systems Limited in 2011 in a very humble setup, very small setup, but the company was always focused on Indian railways and being an OEM to the railways and supply only exclusive products to railways as a whole. When Nitin and me started this company, we both had a vision that there are a lot of technologies and products which can be improved in this ecosystem, and we will always focus on railway as our key competency as well as the main client. So today we are approved by various railway approval authorities like RDSO, all the production units for locomotives as well as the production units for the passenger coaches. We have a significant size of team which focuses on the R&D, and we as a company has always focused on looking at 3 to 5 years ahead from where we are today, and we always keep churning out products accordingly and keep the development process at the core of the company as a core strength. Next slide, please. Awesome. Yeah. Today we have facilities in Lucknow, Bangalore, as well as Hyderabad. All these facilities put together, we are always focused on giving a more holistic presence to the Indian railways, because railway has a large network of more than 69,000 track kilometers. And with these 4 facilities, it becomes easier for us to cater to the requirements of the railways. And within the facilities, we always focus on the testing and the quality aspect of the product which we manufacture. And we are very well equipped in forms of the testing and the quality equipments we have in the company. Next slide. This is a small glimpse of an R&D facility. We are in the process of setting up a center of design and excellence, where we completely focus on the research side, and it's a parallel activity which always complements the operations. And today we stand with a large team of more than 50 people in all the companies put together of Concod Control Systems, which are only focused on the R&D aspect of the company. Next slide. In past 12 to 13 years, the journey has been nothing more than gratifying. And from a very small setup to having one facility, then adding new facilities, adding new products line, entering starting from the traction products to the coaching items, and then moving on to locomotive, wayside, and all of that came to the process. I think 2022 October we got listed on the SME exchange of Bombay Stock Exchange, and since then the journey has three acquisitions: one of Concod Lab to Market, second Progota India Private Limited, and a significant stake in Advanced Rail Control Systems, which was a very recent acquisition in May of 2024. Next slide. We are part of the core team. Nitin and me started this business together. Nitin is an engineer, and I look after the management or the commerce side of the entire organization. So we two together are at an average age of 39 years, and we still have a long, long way to go. So we always say that we have barely scratched the surface. Next slide. A quick business overview of the company. Today, apart from Concod Control Systems, under the umbrella of Concod, we have three significant ventures. One is Progota India Private Limited, where we hold 26% stake. And this company is completely focused on indigenized development of Kavach, which I think we all know that today is one of the most critical technologies to be proliferated across the country in such a large railway network. Second is Advanced Rail Control Systems, which we acquired in 2024. And here we are focused on all the embedded electronics which are used in locomotives, as well as propulsion technology. In Concod Lab to Market, we hold 50%, and we focus on the wayside equipments, which are it is a startup which was incubated under IISc Bangalore. So a very eminent team of research scientists have been working hard to develop a lot of products. Our focus is to bring these products to the market and plug it into the railway ecosystem. Next slide. So quickly, just to give you a business structure of the company, we have four different verticals. Traction, coaching are part of the standalone business. These were primarily verticals where we were only manufacturing products, and gradually we wanted to transition from a product manufacturing company to more of a solution provider. And with that perspective, when we were able to acquire Advanced Rail, Progota, and Concod Lab to Market, with all these three companies, we are adding locomotive and wayside. And our focus is more to shift towards solutions as a complete offering to the Indian Railways rather than just a product. Next slide, please. In traction products, we do battery chargers, we do a lot of control panels, we manufacture a lot of distribution panels, terminal boards, AC, DC, all types of various products which are related to the overhead electrification of Indian Railways. A large part of the network, rather almost the entire network, has now been electrified. But with the recent change in the consumption pattern of power or rather the power utilization of the railway network, the railway is now moving into 2x25. And that is a new market which is opening up. And we're already ready for it and have started supplying products. So our entire range of products have moved from the conventional traction products to these 2x25 kVA offering. Next slide. Coaching products. In this, we do a lot of products related to the passenger coaches, which are from the intervehicular couplers to BLDC fans, to emergency lights, to cable management systems, and to bellow ducts and exhaust fans. This is a vertical which has seen a significant growth in the past few years and has contributed largely to the EBITDA of the company in the past few financial year performances. Next slide, please. Now, talking about Advance Rail, which was the recent acquisition in this half year of the financial year. In this, we are making all the embedded electronics, which are primarily contributing to obsolescence management of Indian Railways as an import substitute for large HMIs and products. And this is a completely design-driven organization. And not only we supply to Indian Railways, but we supply to almost every company which manufactures racks today, whether it is Alstom, Bale, CG, anyone, we are a supplier to them. Maishi, can I request you to please mute?
Sir, I muted him. You can continue.
Yeah. So the products in Advance Rail range from locomotive, diagnostic system, Doppler radar, addition control, traction motor speed sensor, remote monitoring, brake interface units, DPWCS, which is one of the future of railways, and is called Super Anaconda, which is again a very, very lucrative opportunity which we are pursuing. And along with that, we manufacture all types of driver displays or the HMIs. We manufacture vehicle control units, master controllers, many products, anything and everything which is related to locomotive electronics. We try and do everything in house. This is a quick range of products. As you can see, these are all products which requires high skill set of engineering, and whether these are speed sensors, remote monitoring solutions, Doppler radar, everything is a combination of hardware and software put together, bundled, exclusively designed for Indian railway requirements. Next slide. So distributed power supply is again a product which is a combination of so many products, whether it is a CCU, a brake interface unit, a driver interface unit, a BIU control panel. All of this put together combines to one single product, which is called distributed power wireless control system. And this is primarily used for freight locomotives in the country. Basically in India, जितना भी मालगाड़ी का मूवमेंट होता था, that was having a priority, and the priorities was always set in terms of traffic management कि पहले वंदे भारत जाएगा, फिर राजधानी जाएगा, फिर एक्सप्रेस ट्रेन्स जाएंगी, फिर बाकी a freight vehicle would be permitted on the track. So the idea is that when you clear the line for a freight movement, आप एक की जगह 4-5 मालगाड़ी एक साथ क्लब करके निकाल दो, and we with the help of DPWCS we are enabling the railway network to push 2 to 3, 4 freight vehicles together on the same track at the same point. Next. Again, these are all products which are in addition to fire detection unit, pressure sensor, oil circuits, everything which we do at Advance Rail. Next slide. These are all PCBs which are designed internally, completely in-house as a obsolescence management tool for Indian Railways. There were a lot of locomotives which were brought with a technology transfer many years back in India, and now it is difficult to find working solutions globally. So we do this obsolescence management for Indian Railways as well through these products. Next. The last bit is the wayside equipments. On the wayside equipments, we are into Kavach so we have 26% stake in Progota India Private Limited. We are having this facility at Hyderabad, and we are completely designing the indigenized Kavach for Indian Railways. There are only few parties today which are approved, and we are one of the front runners of the technology, which will be approved soon, and the product is already ready and in process. And it's a large market opportunity in itself, as we can see. Next slide. Multi-section digital Excel counter is again a product which we are developing under Progota. This is a product we are also getting a transfer of technology from a Spanish company, and this is also something which helps identify whether the track is clear for the next movement of train or not. So for example, 10 डब्बे की गाड़ी अगर एक section को पार करती है, and if one of the wheels is left behind, it basically counts the number of axles which have gone and decides whether the signal should be red or green, whether the track is occupied or clear. So it's again a breakthrough technology which we are bringing to the railways through a Spanish partner. Next. Under Concod Lab to Market Innovations Private Limited, we are developing a product called Wild Wheel Impact Load Detector. It basically identifies the wheel condition, and it does condition monitoring, whether the wheel is in the right place or not, whether it is chipped or not, whether there is any wear and tear or there is a strain on the wheel. And this will help identify a lot of reasons of derailment or accidents. So this is again a product which we are jointly developing, we're bringing to the market soon. Next slide. Multiple competitive strengths which we have. We're working on various strategies to go forward. I'll just skip this slide for reaching to the key highlights. Next slide. So way forward as a business opportunity from all the product lines which we just shared, traction can contribute up to 550 crores of a target opportunity size until 2030. Coaching again, so all put together, it's a large opportunity size which we are targeting and working towards. Next slide. So as we were talking about numbers, we look to grow the company until next 3 to 5 years with a CAGR revenue of about 40 to 50%, and this growth will also sustain the EBITDA margins in the range of 23 to 25%. We are very hopeful that we'll be able to garner such kind of growth as well as perform and show results which we are aiming at. And along with this, from a global perspective, a lot of products which we are now developing and doing, we can also look at global opportunities. So we are also starting to look outside India, focusing on more opportunities globally. On the ESG side, we're also bidding for multiple battery and hydrogen powered locomotives projects, which are in the developmental phase right now. Next. In the H1FY25, we have today, as on 30th September, the order book is at 206 crores. The asset has grown from 3.13 crores to 24.12 crores. So there has been a significant jump in the assets, largely contributed with the acquisition of Advance Rail. And the return of equity stands at around 28.15%. And the EBITDA margins have also increased by 248 basis points. So
Gaurav, shall we move to the Q&A now? These numbers are in.
yeah.
So we'll take the first question from Agastya Dave. Agastya, you can go ahead, please.
Thank you, Vinay bhai. Thank you,
Hi,
Gaurav.
Agastya.
Hi, how are you? Very nice presentation as usual. So you actually answered a lot of the questions that I had in my mind, but there were a couple of points I wanted to ask you. One is clearly you have a lot of products. There is clearly a requirement for all these products to be used by the railways. But in how many of these product segments are the railways actually looking to buy? Are they in how many segments are they actually convinced that they need a solution?
So as I mentioned about the opportunity size, all the verticals, all the products are regularly bought by Indian Railways today, and we are continuously supplying to them.
All of them.
Yes, these are all different verticals and different products which are used at different. So every product has a different use case. Like for
Right.
example, if I have to give you a very basic example, अगर आज हम फैन बनाते हैं,
Hmm.
so अगर नए ट्रेन के डब्बे बनेंगे तो फैंस
Hmm.
तो लगेंगे ही.
Right.
So there is a market
Hmm.
which we have to serve. आप अगर आज फॉर एग्जांपल OHE आज मैंने आपको बताया अभी in the past that 2 into 25 is the new thing which is happening, and there is about 2,000 to 3,000 track kilometers which are to be built this year and the
Hmm.
next year. So every year there's a rolling plan of 2 to 5,000 kilometers depending on the budget. And उसमें अगर एक सबस्टेशन बनेगा तो प्रोडक्ट्स तो लगेंगे ही, whether it is a battery charger, whether it's a distribution panel. So products are to be used. Like for example, Kavach. Kavach, you see, it's a 69,000 track kilometers where the implementation has to happen. Only 1,100 or 1,200 kilometers track kilometers have been energized with Kavach till now. So
Kavach was actually the reason why I asked you, because there is clearly a need for Kavach, and the railway has been dilly-dallying on it for such a long time. And as you said, barely I think 1,000 odd kilometers have been covered. So इतने accidents हो रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी the progress is very, very slow. So it doesn't look like the railway is actually convinced that they need all the. So I'm not for a second am I questioning the opportunity or your capabilities. I'm just worried on the railway side whether how enthusiastic they are about deploying all of these, especially Kavach.
So I will not answer specially for Kavach, but I would say as a whole, the largest amount of capex spent of Indian government today is on railways, and the focus is to indigenize a lot of technology. The focus is to bring more and more comfort and safety to the passengers, and railway at all the levels is doing everything to ensure it. We see it from inside. So
Okay.
वही बात होती है ना कि एक बड़ा सा हाथी है, आपने उसको उठाया, सजाया, तैयार किया, अब उसने चलना शुरू किया, अब भागना शुरू किया. So we will all see the progress happening, and
Understood.
we are very optimistic about it.
Understood. So this 40,000 crores of coverage, that is the biggest opportunity, right? So for you, how do you see, first of all, what kind of market share do you think you can capture there? Competition में तो काफी लोग हैं, लेकिन आपका प्रोडक्ट आपके हिसाब से कितना स्ट्रांग है, और आपके हिसाब से ये कितना बड़ा आपके लिए, ये तो आपका जो स्लाइड अभी है इसमें दिस इज योर टोटल एड्रेसेबल मार्केट, राइट? सो इसमें व्हाट काइंड ऑफ to what extent can you mine this opportunity?
So as an entrepreneur, everybody wants to mine the maximum. That is where we see there is no number associated to our efforts or capabilities, but every product has a different competition mix. Like for example, Kavach has 3 approved vendor as on date. The rollover has been slow for the past 5 years, but now we will see a significant rollover of Kavach happening across the country. So a lot of tenders are about to come. We are maybe the fourth or the fifth maximum. We are one of the few ones who will be soon part of the the list of Kavach manufacturers.
When are you
So
expecting that to happen officially? You be approved as a vendor?
so it's a process which is full of milestones,
Hmm.
and I think we are very close. 1 or 2 milestones are left.
Okay.
First, the product has to be developed, then the capacity assessment has to happen. That is the second milestone. Then the third milestone is that the product feasibility has to be checked and approved by RDSO. Then it goes for a field trial, and parallelly, the SIL4 certification, which is the highest level of safety certification globally for
Hmm.
any such public usage product, has to happen. So
Hmm.
that is all going on parallelly. I would not want to comment where we are exactly, but we
Okay.
are at a pace which is commendable.
Understood.
We have
Sir,
already crossed a lot of milestones, which I just shared.
yeah, understood. Gaurav bhai, last question from my side. To cater to all these opportunities and the guidance that you have given for the next 3 to 5 years, um, one thing that I don't understand about you and your company as of now is the manufacturing setup. And what kind of capex do you need to actually translate that growth into reality?
Mm-hmm.
So उसमें आपको capital कितना लगेगा? I'm not asking about working capital here, purely asset base, your manufacturing base. And what are your plans there? Is there an element, is there a situation where certain products will be outsourced to someone else and you will just be the supplier, or everything will be manufactured in-house? If everything needs to be manufactured in-house, what kind of facilities do you need going forward?
So I will just give a one-line answer for that, saying
Hmm.
that I just showed in one of our key highlights that our asset base has increased significantly in last
Because of the acquisition,
H1,
24 crores हो गया, correct?
which adds
Hmm.
to a new facility altogether. It's a 1 acre facility in Bangalore with a
Hmm.
lot of capabilities in-house.
Hmm.
So all of that is for targeting this addressable market.
That's
And
sufficient? That's sufficient
no,
as of
no.
now?
So that's a step forward, and we will
Okay.
keep adding facilities as and when required.
So what kind of annual capex would you need?
Uh,
Again, ballpark. I'm not asking for like
we
एकदम
will get back to
specific.
you.
Okay. I was assuming like 2 to 5 crores every year minimum capex. Is that like, does that sound accurate to you? Or is it more than that or less
Maybe more than that,
more than that? Per year, 2 to 5 crores minimum then.
hopefully.
Understood, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you for the
And
questions.
congratulations for a very good quarter. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We'll take the
Thank you,
next.
Vinay bhai.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Prathamesh. Prathamesh, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, Mohsin, can you please change the slide to the H1FY25? Yeah, Prathamesh, please go ahead.
yeah. So just wanted to know about the industry in terms of coverage. So recently, I think government has came out with a new outlay of coverage in 3 phases.
Mhm.
And as per my understanding, in phase one, around 14,000 kilometers worth of tender will be allotted in this year. So just wanted to know how has been the process around. Has the tender started coming out, or
Yes, government is moving very fast.
so for this year, has this tender outlay started?
Yes.
Okay. And so how much time it takes to get into the order book, let's say from bidding tenders from bidding to the tenders to getting into the order book, the timeline?
12 to 18 months.
Okay, 12 to 18 months. Okay. And so in terms of our subsidiary company Progota, I think we have around 25% stake in it.
26.
So
Yes.
yeah, 26. So are we planning to increase it in coming time?
Time will tell.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you, Pratmesh ji.
We'll take the next member from chat, uh, Mr. Rahul Arya. Take the next question from Mihir Ambani. Mihir, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Yes.
Mihir, you are. Thank you. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
so this was like the first half of the question was already answered regarding Kavach. But I wanted to know, apart from that, is there any major contributor in the growth guidance, which is 40 to 50%?
From the locomotive products, we said that the target addressable market is about 2,500 crores for the next 5 to 6 years. And that is going to contribute heavily on, because that adds a completely new vertical at Concod. From traction and coaching, we added locomotive as a strong base. So that
Okay.
will heavily contribute to the growth forward.
And
Obviously,
also,
along with others.
sure. And do we have any other PIL benefits associated with Kavach as of now? And if yes, can we quantify them?
Difficult to answer that right now.
Just a vague ballpark.
We'll get back to you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehirji.
Yeah, we'll take the next question from Mahesh Atal. Mahesh, you can go ahead, please.
Hi, Gaurav. Congratulations, great set of numbers, I would say.
Hi, Maheshi. Thank you so much.
One
This all
question,
boosts our confidence.
yeah. So let's delve into. I would be asking you very basic questions because just going through your company just now. So first, I would like to know. Let's say there's a bogie, okay, which is a passenger bogie. I don't know the cost of it. Please tell me the cost of one bogie on an average, okay? And let's say LHB bogie, general bogie. And what is that we bid for? Let's say in Concorde. This is my first question at Concorde. Okay. Now what would be my bidding out of all fans ले लो आप सारे आपके केबल्स ले लो सारा कुछ मिला के अगर मैं एक बिड करता हूँ तो मुझे कितने का उसका एक L1 मतलब सॉरी लेट्स से कितने का बिड होता है वो टोटल वैल्यू वाइज ठीक है पर बुक दिस इज माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग टू एडवांस्ड रेल कंट्रोल्स. Let's say if I take advanced rail controls today, what was the last financial year sale for them? And again, the same query with advanced rail that they are, I think, more into the the engine part, I guess. ज़्यादा मुझे लग रहा है engine की तरफ उनका ज़्यादा focus है. All the things will be inclined to the engine part. So I would like to know कि let's say there is a CLW. And there you bid for it, and how much would be the bid value of advanced rail per locomotive? Okay, these are my two questions with two different companies. Yeah.
So आप शायद बोगी से एक डब्बे की बात कर रहे हैं. तो एक डब्बे में हमारे कितने रुपए का प्रोडक्ट अगर हमें सारे मिल जाते हैं फॉर एग्जांपल तो कितने रुपए का लग सकता है और हम कितने की बिड कर सकते हैं, राइट? दैट इज अ क्वेश्चन.
कितने का वैल्यू आपका लगता है एक बोगी में?
ठीक है. सो रफली 4 से 5 लाख, 4 से 6 लाख.
सो 4 to 6
एक डब्बे में प्रोडक्ट लगता है और करीब 3,000 डब्बे हर साल बनते हैं हिंदुस्तान में.
ये सिर्फ आपका जनरल में ज्यादा जाता है वैल्यू, राइट? नॉट फॉर द ऑल LHB bogies.
I am talking about LHB bogies.
But not to the AC bogies, right? You don't supply much to the AC bogies.
We supply to them as well. So it's a product mix which is well spread across all sorts of coaching solutions which railway offers.
Let's say,
and to answer
AC bogie and general bogie mein what could be the differentiation?
A very small differentiation would be a general bogie would use more of fans.
Yeah, so I'm asking about value.
So value wise
मान लीजिए जनरल बोगी में 4 से 6 लाख रुपए का आपका मटेरियल जा रहा है
जी,
और अगर मैं AC बोगी ले लूं तो उसमें कितने का जाएगा?
6 लाख मान लीजिए.
ज्यादा का जाता है?
किसी में ज्यादा का जाता है, किसी में कम का जाता है. It is
तो
a
more or
mix of
less you
both.
have averaged it out to 4 to 5.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
And when you questioned about the products related to advanced rail, which for example CLW is manufacturing, तो CLW में कितने का जाता है?
Yeah.
To answer that question, roughly एक locomotive में 40 से 50 लाख के आसपास का product हमारा लगता है.
What would be the cost of general bogie? Total cost, Gaurav ji, if you could. General
So
bogie.
that I would not know.
अच्छा, you are not aware of that. Okay.
मतलब
So
I would not have it off hand कि अगर एक बोगी है तो पूरे कोच का कितना कॉस्ट होता है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल एक लोकोमोटिव 8 करोड़ से लेके 14-15 करोड़ तक का आता है.
ठीक है.
So
So advanced rail, देखो, my question would be now again the second after getting a detail on this. Now my query would be, look, there has been a change in a railways style of, I mean, since last years, the focus has shifted from the premium cars like Vande Bharat to more of general. Okay. Now they are looking more into manufacturing like 10,000. I was reading one con call where the management was of view that they are now going for a 10,000 wagon का एक ये bid लेके आने. I mean, they're going to bring a tender. 10,000.
so what is the question, sir?
So my question would be, do we see this more opportunity coming to us in Concord also going ahead?
Absolutely.
Our growth could come major from Concord rather than.
No. I would not say major from Concord. It is well spread. I would say कि we are not limited, or rather our risk is well distributed between ट्रैक्शन, कोचिंग, लोकोमोटिव. हम उस तरीके से देखते हैं, ना कि कंपनी वाइज देखते हैं कि कॉन्कॉर्ड या कॉन्कॉर्ड लैब टू मार्केट या कहाँ से ज्यादा आ रहा है, कम आ रहा है. ओवरऑल ग्रोथ आएगी. एंड अगर कहीं कोई चीज कम है तो कहीं कोई चीज ज्यादा है. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज से 3 साल पहले की मैं बात करूं तो इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन वाज एट अ बूम, तो हमारे ट्रैक्शन प्रोडक्ट ज्यादा लग रहे थे.
Right.
So this keeps changing when you are working with a government or a policy driven client. You always have to be well spread across verticals to ensure that nothing impacts your top line or bottom line to an extent where you are not able to meet your targets. So I think today we can safely assume that we are very well spread.
Okay.
If I have answered your question.
Yes. So let's say there is a tender tomorrow of 1,000 bogies. What are the chances that we could get? How much of that? Because but I'm asking about taking into count all the competition that we have in that particular segment. अब मान लीजिए कि 100 का बोगी का आपका टेंडर है, तो आपको कितना मिलता है जनरली ऑन एन एवरेज?
Sir, very difficult to comment. हर entrepreneur चाहता है कि सबसे ज्यादा उसे मिले.
Yeah, but I'm
It
asking
depends
about
on
the
a lot of
past history.
factors.
Past history.
I will check and get back to you, sir.
Fine. And my last question, if I could squeeze in, would be on the Progota. Okay, Progota, you have just told that it is on the stage of approval. So could you please enlighten, like, what is pending from their side? Where are we on that stage, and how much time it could take?
Whose side, sir?
On the railway side, right? It is under approval, you said.
No, so the
Verification.
process is on. It is going on. There's nothing pending. It is an activity which is in progress. As I earlier mentioned, there are multiple milestones. We have achieved a few of them, and the next milestone is being done. मतलब वो process में है, चल रहा है. आज भी कोई मतलब विजिट हो रहा है, कल भी कोई विजिट हो रहा है. मतलब इट्स अ प्रोसेस. इट इज गोइंग ऑन. इट इज मूविंग. इट इज नॉट स्टक एनीवेयर. एंड इस वक्त तो एवरीबडी फ्रॉम मतलब इस वक्त तो पूरा मिनिस्ट्री एंड एवरीबडी वांट्स कवच टू बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड, सो एवरीबडी इज फोकस्ड ऑन इट.
Sir, what was the turnover of this advanced rail last year, last financial year?
Last financial year, I think we did. Mike, can you please give the exact number?
90. So it was
19,
around
19
19.5.
19 crores.
19.
19.
And what would be the target or any guidance you could give on that?
Sir, we have already we have an order book which is significantly large. And a lot of it has added when we acquired the company had an order book of 140 crores in pending. So, which we hope that we will be completing in next 16 to 18 months. So, you can have a ballpark from there.
Fair enough, Gauravji. Thank you for answering all my queries. All the best.
Thank you, Maheshji.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Hanu Rao. Hanu, please go ahead.
Thanks, Gaurav. It's very good set of numbers from your company. I have a question related to the yes. I have a question related to Kavach. So, what is the margins on this business actually?
So, too early to comment.
Okay, why? Because in your PPT you presented like 50 lakhs for the 1 kilometer of track and 70 lakhs for around locomotive installation. So I'm just asking based on.
So we have tried to assess the opportunity size.
Okay.
Margins would fairly be close to our way forward.
Any rough estimate? I'm not asking about exact figures.
Very difficult to answer today, sir. But
Okay,
we have more or less we should have a good EBITDA from healthy EBITDA, I would say.
Okay. Why? Because already around 3 projects are ongoing with some other different locations like Chennai, and then one more I heard is like in Kolkata. So maybe if you have any rough estimate, or else it's okay.
Sir, it should be close to the guidance given by us, close to our EBITDA. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All the best for you and your team.
Thank you, sir.
We'll take the next question from Suman Kumar. Suman, you can go ahead. In the meanwhile, I'll take a question from the chat window. There's a question from Rahul Arya. Sir, you recently raised preferential money from marquee investors. Can you highlight what are we looking forward to from these funds? Is it for the inorganic acquisition or increasing stake in subsidiary or anything else?
It is a mix of actually, Rahulji, it's a mix of all. It's also to fund the working capital requirement. It's also to reduce leverage of advance rail in terms of loans. It is also to further improve invest on capex and further acquisitions, and so it's a mix of all.
Sure. We'll take the next. Suman, you've unmuted. You can go ahead, please.
Yeah. Am I audible to you, Gaurav?
Yes, Suman, you are. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thank you, Gaurav. Thanks for the opportunity. Couple of questions. One, I track a few other players in the railway industry, right? Primarily people who manufacture wagons and passenger cars. What I've seen is probably the onset of bidding pipeline probably has not been so forthcoming over the last couple of quarters. So while we have been hearing that there is a lot of focus from the government, but from your experience or from your knowledge of the industry, have you seen that the bidding pipeline has not actually moved at the pace that they have been talking about? So is that a concern for you from the perspective of getting new?
First of all, Sumanji, we see a significant growth in all the sectors, whether it is coaching or wagons or any other sector for that matter. And going forward also, as we mentioned, that since we are risk averse to a large extent, and that's why we have been able to focus on distributing our bets in so many areas. Any policy change will not majorly impact the current growth. Vinay, आप please mute करेंगे. So I don't think it is going to impact the guidance which we have given. We have tried to be.
And could you repeat that for me, please?
We should grow at a CAGR of 40 to 50%.
40 to 50%. Okay.
for the
The
next 4
next
to 5
question
years?
is, I see that the operating margin is a good, healthy 26 to 28%. I just wanted to understand from you whether these are sustainable in medium to long term, or there is an opportunity to grow further, or you see a risk.
Yeah, I'll answer that. Mohsin, can you please go back to the transformation slide from products to solution? See, the current numbers which we have given, only a few 11 odd crores have been contributed from advanced rail, from the locomotive. Primarily, everything is coming from the standalone as we speak till now. And we have always been a product driven company, as I mentioned, from traction and coaching standpoint, which was covered under the standalone business, as mentioned in the slide A and B. When you move from a product company to a solutions company, your margin tends to improve slightly. So we are hoping that it will further improve. So sustenance should not be a problem, if I have answered correctly to your question.
Sure, you did. I had the last question, guys. I could tell out. In the past, we have seen your ROC, which is basically the usage of capital, in the range of around 65 to 70%. Right? Last in this half, we have seen it come down to a level of around 25-28%. Is it happening because you have just raised the capital and hence you again see it inching to the level of what you have been delivering, or you see there is a dilution in terms of how you are able to sweat your assets?
So I think largely it is to contribute for the acquisitions and all we are doing, and it should significantly improve going forward.
And
we will see a better ratios, I think, when we look at the entire year together.
Where do you see it stabilizing? So
that's a hard number to count today. I'll definitely reach out to you.
No problem. Thank you so much. That was all that I had, and all the best
to
you.
And it was more for the new issue of shares and all that. So largely, when you look at the entire year, it will stabilize.
But directionally, do you think that it would be upwards of 50%?
Very hard to comment, sir.
No problem. Sure. Thank you so much. Appreciate you patiently hearing all of it. Thanks.
Thank you, Sumanji. Thank you for all the questions.
We'll take the next question from Pritesh Chheda. Pritesh, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi. My question is this order book that you're talking about, 140 crore in advanced rail. My guess is it to do with the embedded electronics side of the order where you have the existing product line? Is that the 140 crore order to be executed over the next, whatever, 12 to 18 months? Is right? My understanding?
Yes, Pritesh, you're right.
This piece of the market is what market size in your opinion? You've been giving time across all the other product line. The existing product line is what size of what is the time market, annual time market?
You're only talking about the embedded electronics which we're doing from advanced rail?
Your Doppler radar, your locomotive diagnostic, the traction motor, these all things.
About until 2030, about 2,000 to 2,500 crores.
No, I want to know now, not about 2030. What is okay? What is the ongoing market size?
Sir,
my guess is this thing must be going in locos, right?
Yes.
So you have an annual loco production of whatever 1,200 or 2,000 or whatever that number is. I think plus put together is some 1,200 or 2,000 number, right?
Ji, bilkul. Roughly, we sell 40 to 50 lakh rupees of product in every new loco. Plus, there is a lot of retrofitment opportunities which we are working on.
So 40 lakhs into 1,200 is about, or 50 lakhs into 1,200 is about 600 crore market.
So we say 400 to 500, 400 to 600 crores.
400 to 600. So here your market share today is what? 20 divided by 400, right? Last year you did about 20 crore of business. So when you bought this advanced control, right? That's all. This market share should go where? On the existing product line.
So we're very hopeful that we will grow much more than what it was growing till now. 20 was a very small
You don't
number.
want to give out a market share?
Sorry?
You don't want to give out a market share? Targeted market share?
So the target is we want to do everything, but you eventually grab a bite
Sir,
of
my
it.
question is, in this 600 crore or 400 to 600 crore piece of business, you don't want to give out a targeted market share because the loco production is a loco production, right? You have 1,200 locos or maybe 1,500 locos produced every year.
We can safely assume 120 to maybe 200 crores, roughly.
You will reach that type of business.
We are targeting that.
And how many players are there in this these product lines today?
Every product has a different competition mix. It's very hard to say that some products would have 4 vendors, some products would have 8 vendors. You really can't give a number to it.
No problem. And in your speech, you were talking about products like Anaconda, then wheel impact load detector, and MS DAC or whatever that name is. What is the progress on these product lines? The progress is, are these RDSO approved products? They are supposed to be RDSO approved. Where are we on these product lines?
So for Super Anaconda, we're already approved from the desired approval agency. Everything is not approved from RDSO, but there are verticals in railways where you get the approvals from.
You are ready to sell, basically. It's a commercial available product ready to be sold to railway if you want to start selling tomorrow.
Yes, if you want to know whether it will be commercialized this financial year, yes, we will see the commercialization happening this financial year.
Okay, so that product is a product which is ready to sell. It's not like which is to be ready to sell, right?
Yes.
And so this is for Super Anaconda.
Yes.
And
the second question was wild.
Wheel impact, yeah.
We are under guidance, so we will not be able to comment for wild right now. But there's a significant progress happening.
Okay.
And the third product was MS DAC, which is currently under approval.
Okay. So basically, we would see one product getting commercial, and the other 3 products we have to check with you on the progress.
Sure, sir.
Right. Which of the product do you think is closer to commercial next year?
All of them, sir.
Okay, no problem. All the best to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Pritesh.
Bye.
Thank you for the questions. I really liked it, enjoyed it.
I tried to put it in the right way. Bye, sir.
We'll take a question from Chad by Faisal. His first question is, Europe has an aging infrastructure in railways and they're looking to revamp. Is the company looking at tapping opportunities in the region?
Yes.
Indian Railways will be launching hydrogen trains for trials in December 2024. Do you see opportunities in that business as well?
Yes.
So do you want to elaborate a bit or both of these?
We can't.
Okay. There's a question from Suman Kumar. Do you foresee the need to raise capital to meet the growth guidance you've given over the next 2 to 3 years?
As of now, no.
There's a question from Riddhi Agarwal. Are you looking for any further acquisitions?
Yes. Multiple deals are in discussion.
Yeah. I think we've already answered this, but I'll just repeat it in case we missed it. Samir Nayak has asked a question. Have you already started bidding for coverage for the supply to government tenders?
It will start soon.
Okay. We'll take the question from Agastya. Agastya, can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Vinay bhai. Gaurav, just a follow-up on what you just said. There are multiple deals that you're looking at. So your guidance is without these deals or taking into account that there would be further acquisitions?
This is based on the current business structure we have.
Okay. And when you are evaluating deals, so what exactly are you looking at? Capabilities or capacities?
Capabilities.
Great. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think there are no further questions. Would you like to give any closing comments, Gaurav, before we end the call?
So thank you to all the investors who took out time for this call and was patient enough to wait for the queues to ask questions. And we feel that Concod as a company is trying to do a very small change and trying to transform the railways. And that's why we say by transforming railways, we'll be able to transform India to some extent. So that's where the focus is. We are focused on this vision. And we are always custodians of investor capital, and we very, very prudently choose to invest that in whatever appropriate manner we can. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you to all the participants for joining on the call. And thank you to the management team. That brings us to the end of today's conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Captify team and Concord's finance team to be there for and putting this up together.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, sir.